Welcome everybody to beautiful Buttermilk, Aspen, Colorado. We're hanging out at 8,000 feet here at X Games Aspen 2019. We're just having a blast. It is Sunday, the final day of X Games. It's sad but true. What a weekend it has been. And my name is Jack Matrani, host of X Games, and I could not be more excited to be sitting next to John Beckafee, the EV business manager for Harley-Davidson.
Yes, sir.
Did I get that right?
You did.
Is that what it says on your corporate card?
On the desk and everything.
That's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
The whole world is going towards the EV. That's an electric vehicle. I just learned that.
Yeah, exciting responsibility.
Before we get into the technical stuff, how has your weekend been here in Aspen?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Got in Wednesday and it's been fantastic. Yeah, hanging out, talking to everybody, showing them these things that we're going to talk about.
All right, so let's get into these things. Talk to me about these new bikes that you guys are coming out with.
Yeah, so all of this kind of backs up to last July, this More Roads announcement we made. We basically put a flag in the ground and said that we were going to deliver on three things, right? We're going to do broader access for everything we're doing, stronger dealers, and we're going to do new product. And so this weekend, this is all about new product, right? In that, we're going to lead the electrification of two-wheeled experiences. So whether it's motorcycling, getting around town, or blasting on these things, that's what it's all about.
When did this come about? Was this a couple of years ago in the making? I mean, I'm sure this must have taken a lot of time to get to as far as you guys already are.
Yeah, years ago we did a thing called Project Livewire, the first electric motorcycle that the brand really got behind as a concept and a project, and that really informed where we came today. So the bike down in the space down on the village is Livewire, no longer a Project Livewire, but there has been actual production bike.
There has been a line outside the Harley-Davidson activation. I haven't even been able to get in there. Like it has been crazy over there. Have you been hanging out over there?
Been hanging out over there. The staff's been just killing themselves all day, every day. It's been amazing. Talking to everybody about Livewire and then these concepts as well. It's been really cool to see young and old just vibing on this.
So tell me a little bit more about Livewire. Livewire.
Yes, yes. So, in my opinion, historic moment, right? Production electric motorcycle from Harley-Davidson, right? Premium, top-tier product. Some of the best things you could want on a motorcycle are there, and at the same time, it's electric. It's the first thing we've ever done, and we're all super excited about it.
What about the feedback? How's the feedback been?
Feedback's been great. We launched pre-orders in early January, and it has just been a wild house, right? They've been ripping. And it's really, really cool to see new customers, current customers just getting behind the product.
How can I buy one? How can I get one?
You buy one.
I want one.
You want one.
Can I go on right now?
The easy plug, hd.com/livewire.
Okay.
Everything you need to learn is there, as well as finding a dealer and placing a pre-order.
Is it h-d.com?
h-d.com/livewire.
Okay, I'm going to go to that right now. I also have you guys pulled up right here on Facebook Live. So if you have any questions, let us know. Of course, it's all about engagement.
Yeah. And you've got 3 color choices, right, on that, so you're going to have to make a decision.
So where is the HD? How do we say stoked? Shout out Chris Randazzo, Andrew Humble, Stewie Smith. Thank you guys for tuning in. Ask your questions. Let's see, what else is going on? Do we have more electric bikes coming?
We do, yeah. So consider Livewire like the hit single in this kind of album of things we're going to come out with,
I like the analogy.
So, yeah, you like that?
That's good.
We're getting the band back together. We're doing it, dude.
I like it.
Yeah. So we've got Livewire, right? And then we got the concepts. You got some time on one of them. We're just going to keep filling out that space.
Have you had any time to get on these bikes?
Dude, I don't even want to talk to you. You've had more time than me. So.
I heard that. It was an honor. Right before I wrote it, they're like, you're the first person outside of a Harley-Davidson employee to ride this thing. So
you are.
I'm glad it's still in one piece. Let's take a look at me riding this Harley-Davidson lightweight concept bike. We're in downtown Aspen right now, and I'm the first person ever to ride Harley-Davidson's new electric bike, and I could not be more excited. Grew up riding dirt bikes. This thing just looks way cooler than anything I've ever owned, and I'm really excited to get on it. So if we could actually just stop talking about it and get me on this thing, that would be great. I hopped on, it was just like, boom, so much torque. So easy to maneuver, lightweight. Everywhere I went, people were stopping, taking photos. Felt like the coolest kid in Aspen. Most surprising thing was just how quiet and smooth it was. I'm sure we'll see them all over cities, college towns. It's the wave of the future. Can I keep it? Please keep it. Wow, see, this is a dream come true. I woke up this morning, I had 500 new followers. I'm like, what just happened? And sure enough, Harley-Davidson tagged me on their main Instagram. Thank you, Harley-Davidson. That was the coolest thing. Honestly, like bucket list, I can die happy. That was so much fun riding that bike.
500, huh?
I think something like that.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't fully count, but.
So, what was that ride like? Tell me. I mean, I know you said a few things.
Yeah, you definitely heard a couple things that I said, but the first and foremost thing, it was just so like lightweight and quiet and just easy.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing, is it's so easy, and I could just see this being like all over college campuses. And like I said in the piece, every single corner I turned, somebody would just like pull out their phone and just be like,
dude,
or stop me and be like, what is that?
Nice.
So it's a great way to make new friends.
Yeah,
it's like a puppy, you know?
Yeah, that's the idea. We take that, we make that something that's super accessible, and also you don't need a motorcycle license for it, right? So
that's huge.
Find it everywhere, find it on campuses, ride it, have fun.
How does that work? How can you not have a license with this?
So you still need a license, but you don't need the motorcycle endorsement, because it's essentially the way we'll make it, the way we'll limit it, it'll be under 49cc
Got it,
equivalent.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
So no shifting, no clutching, and no endorsement, right? So open this up, get more people on bikes, get more people stoked on Harley-Davidson.
Yep, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Right here. When are these hitting the market? Because I know we've got a little bit of time, and I'm kind of desperate. After I rode that, I was like, okay, so where do I get it? And they're like, well, you got to wait, young man.
It's a good question. You'll use Livewire to kind of hold you over, I think, once you place that order, because these are things where we're really showing the intent of, you know, the spaces we want to go and what we want to do, but being at places like X Games, talking to everybody in Aspen, we just want to keep getting that feedback and dialing it in, right? Like when we come out with this, we want it to hit. So
yeah, it's going to hit for sure.
Soon-ish, maybe, but not yet.
It's one of those things where it's going to sell itself, you know? It's like I said, every corner you take, someone's going to see it and be like, what's that?
Yeah, when they find out how easy it is, hopefully that just gets them on it, and we just keep going from there.
Do you think like the traditional Harley-Davidson rider is going to switch to this? Do you think they're going to stay on the same path, or is this like a complete new customer, new market?
Yeah, good question. I think we have this saying, we say it's an end, it's not an or, you know? I got to work the 115th anniversary last fall, and we showed Livewire there, right? So like our core audience, and they all actually dug it. And some of them were like, it's not for me, but the rest were like, dude, we get it, we understand it. And some of them were like, yeah, we want it, right? So I think it's always about, we're going to do everything. We're going to do everything we're good at, and this is going to become a part of that language, right?
Definitely.
So, yeah, for sure.
And it's also cool too. So that's the battery right there.
That's the battery, and I think
you just take it out like a little suitcase, like a little lunchbox, and just bink, take it to the dorm room or whatever, and just charge it up.
I think that's what's really clutch. Just carry it, do your thing, get back, you know.
Is this going to change? Oh, yeah. And then what's down there? Is that a skateboard?
Dude, right?
I see grip tape.
Right?
Whose idea was that? Was that your idea?
I wish I could say
it's
that.
Still pretty
but it's
cool.
not my idea. But that has been sending people into outer space this weekend. They see that,
and they're just like
I want it. I got kids being like, I want that. I want to take that to college. Like, let me have that right now.
All right, you know what? I'm going to give you this idea for free. You might have already heard it, but what if you could take that skateboard off, connect it together, and then skate to class?
Hadn't heard that one before.
Transportation to the parking spot, take the skateboard off, skate to class, or to the park, whatever. Imagine how cool you'd be if you rolled up on that bike and then you busted your skateboard off and then just kick flipped a six set. Let's talk about this bike over here. What's going on with this one? I really want to ride that one.
This one's my favorite.
I know Jackson Strong got to ride that one. Have you ridden this one?
No, I haven't ridden any of them.
How do you, like, what?
No, I'm here to talk about them. I'm not here to ride them. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, no, this one's awesome. This is the one I want, right? This is mountain bike meets like lightweight motocross, right? Backyard sessions. Maybe we get to a place where in the cities we've got bike parks or like urban playgrounds, right? And if we can put that in front of people and people have a good time riding it, same idea, you've got that battery pack that pops out of it, put it in your backpack, pull out a freshie and keep going. Like, that is the ultimate. Dude.
I'm going to definitely try to get both of them. I'm not even saying that. Like, I have like a little electric mountain bike and I love it, and I can't wait to not even have to do the pedaling anymore.
This is a better look.
It's definitely a better look.
Yeah.
And apparently Jackson Strong got to ride this thing.
He did. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I think he had a blast too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting, man. You got me all fired up. I can't wait to hear your thoughts once you get to ride it. I mean, you know this thing inside and out.
We'll do this next year.
Yeah, and
we'll ride them again.
We're doing a Dumb and Dumber skit on this bike next year. That's for sure. All right, well, apparently we've got a Jackson Strong piece queued up. We're going to see how this thing rides. Let's check it out.
Today we're here at Backcountry Aspen testing the Harley electric concept bike. Electric motorcycles at the moment are the talk of the year pretty much, so I'm just excited to see what they've come up with as a concept. I just can't wait to get on it and test it and see if it lives up to its name. Woo! That was fun. Really impressive what these guys have done. I think they've met at a really great place between the mountain bike and dirt bike world, and for me I felt right at home. Power's amazing. It's definitely different to a gas motorcycle. Torque from ground zero, so it makes it, I think, much more user-friendly. Don't have to worry about gears, it's just a whole lot easier. It was a whole lot of fun. I just hope I get the opportunity to take this thing onto the dirt one day.
Yeah, welcome back. That bike just looks so much fun, and no better person than Jackson Strong to test that thing out. As we take a look at the knuckle of the big air jump, which is now converted to the Harley-Davidson snow hill climb, which is going to be a blast. Last year was in the super pipe, now it's up the landing of the big air jump. And welcome back. We got some new special guests, everybody. We got Logan Lackey and Buddy Subtle. What's going on, guys? How are you? How are you?
What's up, dude?
You guys ride together for Unknown Industries. How did that come about?
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear me?
No.
You want me to scream? Here, maybe I should sit closer. How did you get started in the Harley-Davidson world?
Unknown Industries is like a clothing lifestyle brand we started back in the day, and it's just influenced by riding Harleys, and we started riding on the streets and doing YouTube videos and just doing stuff we thought was cool, and it kind of blew up, and now we're riding shows all over the place.
How did you get into it?
I've seen these guys on the internet doing wheelies, and I went and got myself a Harley, and it's like I had to go hang out with them and go ride with them.
So you got a Harley, and then you started ripping wheelies, and then did you reach out, and you're just like, dude, can I get on the team? Like,
yeah, it was kind of funny. We met up in a parking lot. It was like they were doing a show, and I'd never met them, and I kind of just went to go watch the show, and ended up riding with them, and got their number, and ever since then we've been.
And you build your own bikes, is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
we work on them.
We have a few mechanics that help us out, like Southern California, Northern California, but yeah, we do a lot of stuff ourselves too.
Yeah, what goes into that? I mean, that seems super confusing and a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much we kind of got popular.
A lot of money.
Yeah, money. And we got popular from not like making the bikes all stunt modified out, like no handbrake, no huge sprocket. We keep them all shiny, make them pretty.
And that's what's cool about hooligan racing, right? It's like a lot of like customization that goes into it as well, right?
Yeah.
And then you competed last year in Minneapolis. How was that?
It was fun. I really liked the concrete tracks. I actually qualified really good, won my heat race, went in the semis. I had a big lead going and I crashed.
Oh, man. I mean, it looks so slick. I actually had an opportunity to ride flat track, but this looks a little bit smaller, a little bit more slick. Are you looking forward to X Games Minneapolis August 1st through 4th?
I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Talk to me a little bit more about the hooligan racing. I just think it's so cool. Like, these are just like a lot of the people out there just like they have side jobs, and this is just like a fun community event. Is that right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. It's super fun. Anyone could do it. You know, the bikes, there's not that much that goes into them to get them race ready, and it's just going out there and having fun and battling with your buddies. Those tight tracks are really fun. You're bar banging out there, and
did you ever get into it?
I did a little bit, yeah, we had to get rid of the bike, so I haven't been doing it for that long.
You're more into the hill climb.
Yeah.
So have you been racing hill climb your whole life?
No, I grew up racing dirt bikes.
Okay.
Racing dirt bikes and riding in the hills. A little bit of hill climb experience, never like competing in it or anything like that, but yeah, should be good.
And you got a big race coming up right there.
Yeah.
We're moments away from starting that. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling a little nervous.
A little nervous?
Yeah, the snow changed since the last time I was here, so it's
yeah. So you were actually here before testing it out, or what were you doing here the last time you were in Aspen?
Yeah, we came up here to test the hill to see if the bike would even make the hill, because they increased how steep it is. You know, it went from 18 to 38 degrees.
Yeah.
And we had to come make sure the bikes would even make it up it.
And you made it up it and launched off the knuckle.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah, it was like a lot icier. Now the snow's really soft, and it's going to be all about survival tonight.
The course preview was insane. We actually have it queued up right now. Let's take a look at the course preview.
I'm Logan Lackey here in Aspen, Colorado for the Harley-Davidson Snow Hill Climb. Standing at the bottom of the Big Air Landing, which is the new course for this year. Last year they ran up the Super Pipe. This year we're running the Big Air course. It's gonna be a lot steeper, a lot faster, and I can't wait to ride. So with the new course, you definitely wanna get a good start. You wanna get out of the hole. You wanna get to the top of that knuckle first. As soon as we hit that knuckle, we're probably gonna be flying 15, 20 feet. As soon as you land, you want to shift to that next gear, and it's going to be a drag race to the top. You want to beat that guy next to you. So that's the course. Thanks for riding along. Super excited to be a part of the Harley-Davidson Snow Hill Climb. Can't wait for the competition.
There's a look at it right there. I cannot wait for this race to go down. I'm just as nervous as you. Maybe not as nervous as you, but I'm also just nervous and excited to watch this event. It's always a fun one.
Yeah, it's
another
good.
one. It's just like the easiest event to watch too. It's just side by side. Whoever makes it to the top
Track
first.
race.
A lot of the other events, it's like grabs, flips, spins. It's harder to explain. This is just an old-fashioned race, so it's going to be awesome. Where do you practice for something like this? I mean, does it translate from dirt to snow at all, or no?
Not really. I mean, I'm so new at this. Like, we got to go practice a little bit. Like I said, we came here and did a little testing. I went to Southern California, did a little bit of testing, but this is still super brand new to me. And like setting up the bike, nobody knows how to make it work. So we're just.
Are you working on your own bikes?
Yeah. Well, no. Same thing. You know, I do little stuff to it.
Mechanic.
Yeah. I got a mechanic up there right now getting it ready for me.
You made it to the top. No big deal.
Yeah.
Do you ever have the urge to race up that?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
got bike skills, right?
I might want to try it out next year.
Yeah, I'm sure. Uh-oh, he's coming. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. So how did practice go for you?
They didn't send us up the actual course. They sent us up like a little side hill so we wouldn't tear up the course.
Yep.
And it was really soft, and a lot of people barely made it, and it was it's gonna be hairy.
What about the wheels? I know last year was it Whitlock who like put all like the needles in his wheels, and kind of like that's why he won up the super pipe, because he had a little bit of an advantage with the wheels. Is that the same thing, do you think, this year?
No, it's totally different. We just, in practice, a lot of people were running, they call them fuzzy tires.
Fuzzy tires.
Fuzzy tires,
What's
yeah.
a fuzzy tire?
It's just the,
it's
like
got
you
a
said.
little bit of this on it.
Yeah, it's like all the spikes sticking out of
It's
it,
the
you know?
spikes, okay.
Yeah.
So they saw Whitlock win, they're like, gotta go spikes.
Yeah, and everybody
then you
went
get
spikes
here,
in practice, and now everybody's changed over to paddle tires because of the snow conditions. So.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I can't wait to see you guys go. Who's like your biggest competition tonight?
Obviously Travis, and I think I just drew him in the first round. So,
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's not good.
So
it's not looking good.
Does Travis have the fuzzy tires or no?
He has like a fuzzy that's kind of shaped like a paddle. It's like a hybrid kind of looking tire, but
All right.
it's definitely working. He's going fast tonight.
All right. Well, let's do one more check on Facebook here to see if anyone's got some questions here. Buddy Settle and the Unknown Industry guys are great. I had a blast ride with Buddy in Sturgis 2 years ago. Great guy. I agree. He's a great guy. That's from Robert Grimsley. Let's see, what else do we got? Brenda hitting us up. Cool. Tim Jenks, Love X Games. Robert Savage, someone to go pay for it for him. Yeah, for sure, dude. We'll hook you up. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in on Facebook Live. It's been a blast. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Appreciate
I cannot
it.
wait to see you guys race. It's going to be amazing. Actually, before we go, can I get your guys' opinions on these new bikes? What do you guys think of the new EV movement happening right now with Harley?
I want to ride one as bad as you do, man.
It's super fun.
Yeah, they look fun.
Can we take these ones real quick?
Yeah.
Hey guys, is it cool? Can they take these bikes?
Run it up the hill climb.
I think we
They're
got
giving
a
us
race.
now.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick? This one or this?
that one.
You want this one?
Yeah.
The Cruiser.
The
yeah.
Cruiser.
Looks good.
This is it right here. There's a look at the course. How do you know which side you're going up? Does it matter?
I don't. I have no idea what side I'm going up until I get up there.
Is there like a little bit of seating or?
Yeah, we just did seating, so they're putting the fastest guy against the slowest guy, and that's probably why I'm racing Travis. So that's probably one of the slowest guys up the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I got some faith in you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, I think without further ado, it is time to get to the race.
Yeah, I gotta go
You
get
gotta go. You gotta go stretch. You gotta go get ready.
Yeah.
Look at this crowd is starting to build. What are you guys doing? You guys ready for the Harley-Davidson snow hill climb? I think they are. All righty, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in from Facebook Live. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Good luck tonight, all right? Next year, hopefully see you racing. We'll see you in Minneapolis, racing Hooligan. I might even be on the track, man. After riding that flat track last year with Harley, I got a little bit in my bones that I got to get out. All right, guys, coming up next, Harley-Davidson Snow Hill Climb. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. Adios. Nice work, boys.
Thanks, man.